Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a foundation review. So many of you have been asking me to review the new Guerlain. This is the Terracotta Le Teint Healthy Glow Foundation. This has definitely been getting some buzz. It is described as a liquid to powder foundation that is going to have a natural and matte finish on the skin, and we're going to be testing this out on my more mature dry skin today. I'm going to do a couple check-ins so you can see how this wears as well. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about this new launch from Guerlain, specifically how it works on more mature dry skin, then let's go ahead and get started. Subscriber Michelle told me that I absolutely needed to give this foundation a try. In general, I don't really gravitate towards matte foundations just because I have dry skin, prefer a little bit more of a glowy finish on my skin. But she was like, this is absolutely stunning, it is gorgeous, and that I needed to go pick it up. So this is one of these foundations that is described as a luminous matte, and I do tend to love those because they end up being, perfectly matte where I need it, T-zone, but that it also will provide my skin with that little healthy glow. This is described as having a natural and matte finish. It's good for uneven textures. It's going to provide you with medium coverage, and it says it's great for dry, combo, and normal skin types. So this does have argan oil in it that's going to provide lasting comfort and going to maintain the skin's hydration for up to 24 hours. It also has an ingredient called Gem Tone that is a self-adaptable shimmer that helps foundation to adjust to all skin tones. It is $62 for 1.2 ounces, and it has 30 different shades to choose from. And of course I had to overthink which shade to pick up. I ended up going with 2.5 in. I'd heard from many people that the warms are very warm, that the cools are very pink, and although I generally go for a light to medium with cooler undertones or a cool neutral, I ended up going with a straight 2.5 in, which is described as great for light skin with neutral beige undertones. So let me go ahead and give you a swatch of this. This is 2.5 in. And this looks a teeny bit peachy, but it honestly works great. So I have been playing with this foundation and I do have some thoughts. So first of all, it has a very nice texture here. It is a liquid to powder foundation, so I'm just going to So I'm just going to start with fingertips first. It glides on seamlessly, and then I like to come in with my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Complexion brush here. And you do want to work rather quickly because it is a liquid to powder foundation, so it's going to set on the skin, which gives you a really pretty finish. And for myself, I don't feel the need to powder down, so one less step. Okay, bringing you in close so you can see the shade as well as the finish. And when I first tried this out, I was like, ooh, it kind of seems a little bit makeup-y, like you could kind of see the makeup on my skin. It's not like a second skin kind of foundation. But this is one of these foundations that is going to morph on the skin. You got to give it a minute. So it is a liquid to powder foundation. And what I found is that as it started to sort of lay down, dry down on the skin, that it became this really gorgeous finish. And I'm hoping you can see there's a little bit of luminosity. This is not like a flat matte whatsoever at all. It gives a very nice finish, but it also does not look too dewy. And when it is hot in the summer months, I'm going to get a natural sort of dew going on in my skin. And I don't necessarily want to be wearing a lot of powder as well, because I feel like you can detect like can kind of look powdery on your skin. So this one really does wear gorgeously. I have been playing with this for the past week, and I've just been really loving this one because it's going to wear really beautifully throughout the day. I feel like it looks better as the day goes on. And what I'm going to do is I am going to pop on a little bit of concealer. I'm using my Armani concealer here. I did already put on my eyeballs just to save time. I'll pull out one of my favorite Guerlain bronzers. We'll use a little bit of Guerlain product here, but I am going to clean up underneath my eyes. I'm using the Luminous Silk in 4.75, and I'm just going to brighten up underneath the eyes, but I want you to be able to see this foundation in action. Okay, then I'm going to pop on one of my favorite Guerlain bronzers, and this one is the Sun Kissed Healthy Glow Powder. I have it in shade 2. This is Natural Cool, and I love this one. It looks really pretty on the skin. And clearly they know bronzers. That was probably the first bronzer I ever bought, was a terracotta bronzer from Guerlain way back in the day. And I'm just going to put some bronzer on here. And with this particular bronzer, I oftentimes will skip blush because I feel like it provides my skin with a little bit of color as well. I am going to pop on just a little bit of blush today. I'm using Charlotte Tilbury. This is Love is the Drug. I love this little pop of pink. So I'm just going to put just a little bit of blush on this morning. Don't worry, if you ever feel like you put too much blush on, I often go back with either my powder brush or my bronzer brush, and then I will just sort of blend everything together so that it's not such a sharp contrast. So I'm going to keep my makeup pretty simplistic because I want you to be able to see how this foundation wears throughout the day. I will do a couple check-ins. My daughter is home from college and we are going to go run some errands, have a little lunch, take a walk. You will be able to see how this wears on my more mature skin. It is going to get up to about 75 degrees here, which I'm thrilled about. But again, kind of a little bit warmer weather, not super hot, but warm enough, starting to feel like summer here. So I'll come in close one more time so you can see the finish on my skin. and it really is unique. And so far, I'm really loving this foundation. First, I was worried that it was a little too makeup-y looking on the skin, but again, you need to kind of let this settle into the skin because it is liquid to powder. I almost feel like the pigments need to sort of dry down for it to do its magical finish, which is provide you with a matte finish that is actually luminous, which is perfect for the summer months. Okay, I'm off to run some errands. I hope everybody has a great day, and I will be back with a check-in. Okay, coming back at you. It has been 4 hours. We went and did a few errands, had a little lunch, and I just wanted to pop on, give you a little heads up of how it is looking now. And I honestly think it looks even better than when I first put it on. A little bit more luminosity is on my skin, but again, I don't feel like it looks like greasy or dewy. And I think due to that argan oil in here, it feels very hydrating on the skin. So it's supposed to provide 24 hours worth of hydration. I'm not going to be wearing a foundation for 24 hours, but I do have to say for somebody that does have dry skin, it does feel very hydrating. It does not feel dry. So when I first heard about this foundation, I was like, matte and a liquid to powder. I wasn't really like psyched about it, but so many of you wanted me to review it. I was like, okay, we better give this a try. And again, I did not powder down, so I do feel like that's the beauty of this, is it's sort of one and done, especially if you are somebody who has dry skin. You can simply put this foundation on. You don't need to worry about powdering it down, and it's just going to give you a really nice healthy glow on the skin. So coming in for a close-up once again. Okay, now I'm gonna go take my pups on a walk, get outside, and then I will do a end of the day check-in so you can kind of see how radiant and glowy this foundation is going to get on my more dry, mature skin. Okay, this is my last check-in with this foundation, and I just got back from a second walk because it's absolutely gorgeous here in Portland. All of that rain pays off once the sun arrives, and it's just blooming and gorgeous. And so I am actually even a little bit sweaty right now. I also am trying on this sweater that I just got from Jenny Kane. You guys know I love Jenny Kane, but I could not resist this cotton sweater that was in this color, indigo blue. It is so gorgeous. I absolutely love this color. But back to the foundation. I'm going to bring you in closer. Again, I'm kind of sweating here, but I have had this foundation on for 12 plus hours, and I've definitely had a little bit more wear and tear today because I've been spending more time outside, actually getting just a teeny bit sweaty. And I have to say, I still feel like it holds up pretty darn well, and it just looks like skin. So again, just got back. I'm definitely got a little shine through the T-zone. But overall, I have to say, I really like this foundation. If I hadn't gotten a nudge from Michelle, I may not have picked it up. It was on my radar. I was going to get it at the Sephora sale, and then other things transpired, and I ended up taking it out of my cart, partly because it said it was a liquid to powder and a matte foundation, but I find this to be a really luminous matte, and I'm just really enjoying it. So I think it's going to be perfect for the summer months. And again, I did not use any powder on my skin. So a little bit sweaty right now, but just thought I would go ahead, do a little check-in. As usual, I love to hear from you. Did you pick up this foundation? What are your thoughts on it? I always love the give and take on my channel. So thank you for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.